This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, according to The Observer, in a classic JR moment on March 8th, 1999, JR returned to Raw as part of a storyline alleging that McMahon fired him because of his condition, but that he would not go down quietly, and enlisted the services of Dr. Death Steve Williams as his personal enforcer. Ross confronted his replacement, Michael Cole, in the ring. Despite Cole's insistent that he was not trying to steal Ross's job, Ross kicked Cole in the crotch and attempted to return to the announce table, though Terry Taylor ended up commentating for the rest of the night. Do you think at this time they were already forces working to pit you against each other, or was this just a storyline, JR?
Oh, it was a story. I don't think the forces were there at all. I think it was an angle. And I remember in that scene, Terry Taylor was standing up, bowing up to me, and I said, "What are you going to do? Peck me to death?" Red Rooster.
Love it.
Reference. But Vince wanted me to turn me heel. He wanted to turn me heel. There you go.
Yeah.
So, and I never knew why. It was never explained to me, and it never worked. If it had worked and been good for the TV show, and there had been a boost in areas of importance, I'm all for it. But I never thought it was going to achieve shit, and it didn't.
JR, was that the first crotch shot that you attempted in wrestling to someone that you can recall? I mean, we're getting into the important stuff here on the show.
It might have been.
Okay.
If it was one of the first ones. There's no practice. There's no practice rounds.
That's right.
Get some, hey, buddy, come over here and stand right there. I kick you in the balls a couple of times. Just so
we're just practicing here.
Yeah. But no.
Oh, whoops.
No, it was you aim and you try to get in the general vicinity where you need to be and apologize later.
But I don't remember you being involved in any kind of physical altercation in wrestling prior to this deal.
Well, you're probably, there's probably a few times, but I can't, nothing specific.
Yeah.
I can think of, but it wasn't my thing, Paul. I didn't even want to do it.
I know you didn't. You've said it before. Yeah.
Give the TV time to the talent who are going to sell tickets and pay-per-views and merchandise, not to a chubby announcer, because he's like I was a mannequin on this. Vince was doing
puppeteer.
The thing.
Yeah.
Puppeteer. Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't think there was any. The deal was, I guess, to get JR over as a heel, but nobody bought it. They liked JR better than they liked Michael Cole at that time.
That's right.
And it put him in a tough situation because it stagnated his growth and influenced the direction and the perception that the audience was going to have with him. They believed my bullshit. You're trying to take my job. And they bought it, but the other way around. Instead of making Michael Cole the young, handsome heir to the throne, they made him come off as a prick.
Yeah.
And that's not fair, but that's how it worked out.
Well, he would do some stuff with DX. They're coming to Rise, where they would harass him and give him wedgies, JR. It's tough to build someone to be the lead commentator, and they have things like that happening. They're getting the wedgies and all that treatment.
Your answer you're going to get every time about that stuff is that's the entertainment part of sports entertainment.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's not great for your credibility, but as a serious play-by-play guy, but nobody said that Vince was looking for serious play-by-play guys.
We always got to remember who's in charge at the end of the day. So
it's pretty. It makes a lot of sense in life and in the real world we all live in.
Right.
You know who butters your goddamn bread, and if you can't handle it, don't work there. I can't do that. My character wouldn't do that. Okay, then your character just the hell out. Come on. So yeah, I'm that's still frustrating to me how that works, but the ego shit. Yeah. That's a good thing about Cole. He never had an ego problem, and guys in his position and getting put in the fast lane eventually, it's hard not to have ego issues. I can tell you from experience, but I don't recall him ever being an issue egocentrically whatsoever. Level-headed. And if he wasn't right now, Paul, he'd be going crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.